Welcome back, everyone. Now, as you all know, we celebrate finding animals their forever homes each and every day and every week here through our Adoption Ever After initiative. And today is no different. Larissa is here with a very special happy tale for us today. Larissa, thank you so much, Larissa, for all you do. I know I say it every day, but you really are an angel to these animals.
Thank
and
you.
I think Miss Doris Day would be very proud of you. It's a true story. We are up to 8:44 now, which is
thank you.
nothing to sneeze at.
No, it's true. It's true. It's exciting.
But, well, nothing to sneeze at unless you're allergic to dogs and cats.
Well, there's that.
But we have two very special, very first Adoption Ever Afters.
Yes. 844 is amazing. And two of those were bunnies that we had on our very first bunnies. We had Ink Spot and Luther. They were so cute. And we did a whole segment leading up to Easter about why you should not get bunnies as gifts because they oftentimes end up being in the shelter a few months later. And luckily, those two went home to a wonderful, wonderful family. So it's very exciting. And then another exciting piece of news was that Floyd, the Cocker Spaniel,
We all
got
fell in love
adopted.
with Floyd.
Oh, he melted in my arms. He melted in everybody's arms on set.
So cute.
He was an older gentleman, so sweet, and he had been rescued from a not so great situation, and then. You know, it was pretty amazing. A woman named Lynn in Idaho was watching one day our show and saw him on our show, and she had another dog about the same size, and her husband was there. He usually wasn't there, but he saw on our show as well. And you know what was really interesting is his mom had just passed. They were making the trek from Idaho to L.A., cleaning up the house and doing, you know, family business that needed to be done. They contacted Second Chance Cocker Rescue and took a leap of faith, and now Floyd is theirs. It's a really wonderful story.
And there they are. And joining us now from Eagle, Idaho, are Floyd's new parents, Lynn and Chris Mounier, and Floyd and Biscuit. Hi, you guys.
Oh, look at that. Okay, well,
Here we are.
hi, here we are.
Lynn, you had already had one rescue dog, Biscuit, who's right there, as we can see. What was it about Floyd that caught your attention?
Well, first of all, I watch the show every day.
Thank you.
And I love the adoption segment. And we've been wanting to get a second dog since we moved to Idaho. And I think all the stars aligned because my husband happened to be home and we saw Floyd. He was about the same size and both of the dogs were part Cocker. And my husband said, why don't you give them a call? You know, it just all worked out.
And it did. Now, oh my gosh, look at Biscuit kissing you. Now, I know there was one very important test that Floyd had to pass before he could come home with you. What was that?
That was it. We had to make sure that Floyd would be friendly with children, and especially with our 3 grandchildren. And fortunately, Cammie, the picture there, lives in the LA area, so we picked up Cammie and her mother, which is my daughter Carrie, and we took them out to see if Floyd could pass the granddaughter test. And Cammie fell absolutely in love with Floyd. And almost wouldn't let us have it.
And now, Lynn, that happened before you actually met Floyd in person. So what was it like when you came out to L.A. and laid eyes on him for the first time?
Yeah, it was about a month before I got to meet him. And Elizabeth had been sending pictures back and forth, so I was so excited to meet him. And when I did, I sort of felt like I was running up to a lost friend, and I just loved him at first sight, and we just melted into each other's arms. It was like he's always been meant to be ours. So
Right. I mean, he certainly looks that way lying in your lap right now. But as anyone would expect, when you bring an animal home for the first time, especially if you have other animals, there can be a bit of an adjustment period. How did it go when you got him home finally?
Well, after 2 days in the car and a lot of intense bonding to get back to Idaho, Biscuit was a little standoffish for the first couple of weeks because he's been sort of the king dog here for a while. But they have definitely bonded. They walk side by side. They sleep rear end to rear end, and they're great.
Was there any jealousy? Because I know sometimes one or the other animal can get a little bit jealous.
You know, yes. Every time Biscuit would approach for his loves, Floyd would be right there nudging him away.
I think they bonded one night together when Lynn and I were out to dinner. We had this in our kitchen, this little cupboard that has doggy treats in it. There were like 2 different bags. And when we came home, Floyd greeted greeted us at the door, but Biscuit didn't, which usually means something
He did something wrong.
And we went in, we realized that somehow they'd gotten into that cabinet, and
Ate all
Floyd
the
had
food.
eaten one bag and Biscuit the other, and
Oh,
since
my
then they've
goodness.
been best of friends.
Oh, that is
Look
so.
at
And
that.
this is the first time you've had two animals. What would you tell somebody else who may be on the fence about adding to their family?
It's been great for us. It's been fun watching the personalities and learning more about Floyd, and he really is a great dog.
They're a hoot. It's almost like Floyd. We were so fortunate because he sort of just shadows Biscuit, and like if I go out in the front yard and I'm gardening, Floyd stays right. Biscuit always stayed in the yard, never ran off. Floyd stays right with him, so I don't have to. I've never had to worry about him from day one.
Well,
He
I'll tell you what. It looks like we're putting Floyd to sleep.
I know we're boring over here, I guess.
Thank you so much for adopting Floyd and for everything you do. Thank you for joining us, Lynn and Chris and Floyd and Biscuit. And to see all of the animals that we feature every day, you all can go to hallmarkchannel.com and you can visit Larissa's website, Saved by the L.
Yes.
Thank you, Larissa, and thank you, Chris and Lynn. Now, coming up, Larissa's reminding us about today's adoptable pets. There were a lot, and they were really cute. Back, everybody. Bye.